opposite of ministry, because like ministry is like, hey, let's encourage each other. If you mess up, let's be like, hey, you messed up, but like you got this. Like that's how we're gonna build you and get you better, is encouragement. The trades, at least in my experience with plumbing, is like, we're gonna treat this guy so bad and just make him feel like he sucks, and he's gonna get really annoyed of that treatment to the point where he's gonna rise to the occasion and be the best he can be.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, so like in order to avoid that happening, I have to get better.
Yeah, and it's almost like, even you could say like kind of military mindset. Like, hey, if they quit because I'm treating them like this, they weren't even cut out for this. They wouldn't have been able to handle the bad days in plumbing if they can't handle me.
Looking at it from that way, that might not be the worst thing. But
brother, I get that. I like, to a degree, for sure. Maybe
to a degree.
To a degree, but if you're screaming at someone who's been plumbing for 6 months about how worthless they are, and even telling them they should just go home because they suck, bro, who's gonna learn plumbing in 6 months? Like, especially if you haven't even plumbed yet. All you've done is fire cocked a pipe.
Yeah.
You're obviously not gonna be skilled in plumbing after 6 months, and so to bring someone down to that degree without having any experience, it'd be one thing if you. I mean, I don't think you should treat people like that in general, but
no.
If I was to say like a devil's advocate, I would say, okay, say if you've been plumbing for 3 years and you've done all the things, and maybe you've been working with the same foreman and you've messed the same thing up, like this is your third time on a different job, so messing it up, and then be like, bro, what? And
yeah,
that would be like the devil's advocate, but we're talking like new guys that are
right. I definitely
don't
don't think you should ever be saying somebody's worthless. I don't agree with that, but
yeah,
I think the harshness of it sometimes has helped me, because I also did electrician back in the day as well. That was way
you're
back
a welder.
Yes, now I'm a welder.
But to circle back around, wait, even started that conversation, got into that huge tangent. But doing life's been super busy but restful at the same time. I've been, ministry is like, you take ministry home too. It doesn't just kind of stay at the house. I mean, you're kind of always, if someone calls you, or it's like you just take that home with you. So, and also like music and being married, and there's some things in the work that I won't mention on the podcast just because the wife doesn't want it to be official until it's official. And I will say it's not kids. It's something else. But
are you allowed to tell me off the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably mentioned it to you. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, anyways, but just a lot of like transitions, and I've been working on music a lot.
You did mention it. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
I've been working on music a ton too. A lot. I just made a song with Brendan recently. That was pretty cool.
Is another one?
Another one, different one.
And are you going for a full album, or are you just going to keep doing the singles thing?
Singles.
Yeah.
There's no point in dropping an album. I mean, I would say the only point, and this is my opinion, it's not facts, but the only point in my opinion in dropping an album, if you don't have any following, would be, and to me, not having a following is anything under 20,000 monthly listeners. Maybe I'll say 10,000 to give a little bit more like leadway.
Yeah.
But the reason why I wouldn't drop an album is because if you don't have a following, no one's gonna really be willing to listen to 20 songs of someone they've never heard of that has 50 monthly Spotify listeners. Just the facts.
Yeah.
They might be willing to listen to one song, like, oh, this guy has a single, like, I'll check it out. But they're not gonna listen to your 20 song album and no one's ever heard of you.
Do you think it has to do with they might think you're kind of lame because you don't have a lot of followers? Because I feel like even me,
you just haven't built relationship with them as a fan or a viewer or whatever.
Yeah, as a musician, I'm more prone to listening to an entire album of somebody that I see, oh, they've got a lot of monthly listeners, versus, oh, there's this new person.
Yeah, if you see someone
I think 50, I just assume they're not that good or something.
Yeah, I feel like if you see someone, and this is me just speaking from my opinion, obviously, and even from experience, because this is how I react to people's music too, to be honest. If I see someone with like 50 to 100 monthly listeners, unless I hear their first song, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. How are they not famous yet? Unless it's like that.
Yeah.
I'm probably just going to like listen to their top 2 most popular songs and give them a shot.
The one with the star next to it.
Yeah. And if it's like, all right, it's like, okay, this is pretty decent. I probably won't listen to their whole album, but if they drop another single, I'll check it out.
Sounds like not a very Christian thing.
How?
I'm just kidding.
I don't owe anyone my time for their music.
I know, I'm joking.
I know.
Have you heard about the fact they're going to be banning TikTok or trying to?
Yes, I have heard that. I feel like they're not going to end up doing it. It just seems like one of those things that's going to fall through and they're not going to commit to.
Yeah, but why are they? Do you know why they're trying to ban it?
Yeah, because China owns TikTok and I guess that they've seen that this chair's so squeaky. They've seen that I think that they can like track people stuff like they can just get some information and I think it has to do with not wanting them to get information that they don't want them to have. I think ultimately, to say it in like really like simple terms.
Oh, I also think it's because there's a lot of, when we think of like the political divide in America, which is crazy right now. I don't know. I can't help but see it on the news because I go to Planet and it's on every TV.
Dude,
with all the.
This is what I'm thinking, bro. I just had this thought right now, and correct me if I don't know what I'm talking about at all. But if China owns this app, right, and it has nothing to do with America, why can't America just ban TikTok and make TikTok?
Like make a new one?
Just make it, call it TikTok and everything. It's not like we don't have any like laws with China. It's not like there's copyright from China that they can sue us in America for. Right? Couldn't they do that?
I don't think they could sue us.
So why doesn't the government just... maybe this is like... I'm sounding really stupid right now, but in my head, this seems like it makes sense. You just ban TikTok and be like, all right, guys, here's TikTok. Again, literally the same exact thing. Here's TikTok. But it's the government puts it out.
I suppose they could do that. Because, I think the reason why they do want to ban it is because of China.
Dude, I feel like I just came up with a solid idea.
But trying to get that restarted... Well, Elon Musk did it with Twitter. So
he owns Twitter, though. Twitter never changed. Like, my Twitter account still exists.
Yeah. So everyone would have to make new accounts. Everything would be deleted off TikTok, and they'd have to start brand new.
Yeah, but people are so smart nowadays. There's got to be a way that they could be like, you can transfer your account to...
Yeah.
In some way. I feel like they could figure something out.
And most people, I'm sure, have their videos saved on their phone, the ones that they have. So
if the government owns it, why do they care? They're making all this money. Because I couldn't picture like someone who's not in the government doing this, because it seems like it's a government matter anyways to begin with it being banned and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think it's right now where it's at, it might be good, because I think that if you ever look at what's on China, because China obviously has TikTok too.
Yeah, but it's all good stuff.
Yeah, but for theirs, it's showing like martial arts and...
Yeah, it's all beneficial stuff.
It's all beneficial stuff. And then here, it's just stupid stuff. Like some of the stuff that we send to each other is just like, it's funny.
It is funny.
But it's just dumb.
It's one thing if like you just seen that video randomly, but like that's like all you're seeing.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, that one funny video and then a bunch of beneficial stuff.
Once in a while, there'll be something that's beneficial, but it's few and far between.
I'm obsessed with chiropractor videos. I don't
like the ones where they like crack their neck.
But like the decompression one where they like yank their head and it like decompresses their spine.
That's so freaks me out every time I think.
I want to get it done.
I wonder if anybody's ever died doing that. You think they have?
No, I don't think anyone's died, but I'm sure that people that don't know what they're doing have messed people up before. If I was to get it done, I would only go to somebody who, like a famous person that's done it to like 100,000 people that just like has like a huge credential list of like, hey, all these people will say that this is legit.
Yeah, how do you get experience for that?
That's the thing that's kind of scary. Like, I can imagine you
have to like ask certain people.
I'm not going to be the guy to get trained on.
I got to write my experience down. You want to be the first one? I know how to do it. I've practiced on dummies.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I would not be that guy.
What if they paid you millions of dollars? What if they're like, hey, I've got even like 100,000 cash right now.
Wow. That's a good question. Man, dude, I'd have to consult my pillow on that one. Because it's a lot of money just to, it might turn out fine, but I know people personally who have been like injured from chiropractors and like still experience issues today.
What kind of, is it like bad enough to say no to 100,000? Are they paralyzed? Is it?
They just have severe back issues now.
Oh, yeah.
Because they went to a chiropractor that obviously didn't know what they were doing and injured them.
Well, who gives them their license is what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know what the graduation rate of chiropractor school is, but I know the acceptance rate is 100%. Like you could apply right now and just get accepted.
To go to school for it.
Yes. Now you have to pass obviously to get your license, but I know it's not hard to get in.
Well, yeah, it shouldn't. I feel like it shouldn't really be hard to get into it. Or how smart do you have to be? I shouldn't say that, but
I'm saying like I feel like it's, I guess I asked Jared Blaukamp because he went to school for it. So he would know how hard it is or not to pass.
Does he have his license?
Yeah. He could go to an office and get a job as a chiropractor.
I just saw, is he going to Botswana?
That's all of Access, yeah. Mission trip.
All of Access?
I mean, I think they kind of kept it low key because they could only take certain people. Like they didn't advertise it as this big thing. It was kind of like if you heard about it and you ask, you could probably sign up and go. They kept it low key though.
And how long are they going to be gone for?
I think a week, maybe a week and a half. The layover is going to be insane. 19-hour layover.
Where is Botswana?
Wow, I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I could guess, but I probably wouldn't have it correct.
And is that where Bernie's at currently?
No, he's going to Pakistan, or he's already been going to Pakistan. Dude, I wish you worked at Res, bro. If you heard these stories, you would you'd poop your pants.
Really?
It's even a lot for me to where I'm like, what? There's no way.
No way what?
It's just like these stories are telling. It just sounds like they're straight up reading it out of the book of Acts. Just like ridiculous stuff. I probably won't say it on the podcast because some stuff isn't supposed to be told just to protect people in Pakistan because they're talking to really high up people that are in different groups. Like people like straight like how do you say it? What are like the popular terrorist organizations like ISIS and
Hamas?
The other one. What's the other one? Gosh, it's like the
Al Qaeda.
Like they're just different people from these different groups are getting saved, and yeah, it's just they won't even share much more than that on camera. But I get to hear like the more details. Obviously, because I talked to Bernie in person, and also like when they share with staff what's going on, they don't record it to protect identities and people from getting murdered for accepting Jesus. But I'd love to talk with you more about it off camera. I don't want to get in trouble for sharing too much.
Fair.